90s fashion is making a revival and I kind of love it. Being a 90s baby myself, a lot of these trends I wore in like middle school, high school, into college, and it's really fun to see them come back in a little bit of a different way. For example, I used to wear a lot of platform shoes. I'm only 5'2", if you didn't know that. I know I look taller on social media. That's what people tell me. But yeah, I'm only 5'2", so it definitely lean on platforms. Choker necklaces. I don't know if they ever really went out of style. At least I feel like I was always wearing them. But those are coming back into style. Distressed denim is coming back into style. Yeah, so it's just fun to see like these things recycling, and fashion is cyclical, so it always comes back into style. I wish my mom kept some of her stuff from like when she was young. So grunge style is a really big one that is coming back into fashion. You can see that a lot on certain celebrities. This kind of became popular in the 80s, like with the rockers, but like think baggy pants, oversized pants and jackets and shirts, along with like plaid and band t-shirts and that kind of like dirty look, kind of like punk hardcore, but like with a modern twist. I'd almost say Doja Cat has gone there, but she's like really gone past that into an extreme. I don't know how I would even describe her fashion. She has her own thing going on, but definitely like Zoe Kravitz has that kind of like grunge look. She wears a lot of plaid. I really like her style. Also, Taylor Momsen, if you watched Gossip Girl, she was like the younger sister in that. She's very like 90s grunge, a lot of band t-shirts, a lot of plaid. I prefer Zoe Kravitz over her style. It just seems a little bit more natural. Okay, also the sporty athleisure totally is coming back into style. I feel like we had this come back into style like when we hit the pandemic, because nobody was really getting dressed to go out anymore. They're just like going out in sweats, but then it's like all these athleisure brands came out and they're like, but make it cute. So with the 90s, we had like the Juicy Couture and like matching tracksuits, and those are kind of coming back into style. Those are so cute and fun. I really like those a lot. Talking about Juicy Couture really reminds me of Ed Hardy, and I feel like this hasn't really come back. I don't know if it's going to completely come back, because that was just like a signature style of the 90s, and I didn't really like it then. So I still don't really, it's not my thing, but if you like it, more power to you. If you wear it, more power to you. But it was like all those bedazzled like belts and jeans and stuff like that. The Ed Hardy tracksuits are cute, but the t-shirts, the Ed Hardy men's t-shirts just always seemed so strange to me, and it's hard to pinpoint but what it was, but I think maybe it was just, it felt contrived in some way, like these guys just trying to be like badass and cool, and they were kind of more soft. But Revolve literally has an Ed Hardy man's t-shirt on their website right now. So yeah, I mean, this sporty athleisure is definitely has like come back into style. You can see that also with like Reebok 90s revival. They have like new shoes coming out that are similar silhouettes to what they had in the 90s. And there are a lot of brands that are like bringing these 90s bags back, like LV just did one, and bringing back those silhouettes or those patterns, but making it like a little bit different, a little bit more modern. So these Reebok shoes, the Club C85 vintage shoes, are inspired by 80s tennis, and they were also worn into the 90s. Sheer dresses and shirts definitely made a comeback. There was this like specific style that's kind of hard to explain unless you lived it, but it was pretty colorful. There was like newspaper print and like different colorful prints that overlapped each other on these like sheer shirts and dresses. I went into Urban Outfitters recently, and it literally feels like stepping back into my high school shopping experience. Like the dresses that they have, the silhouettes that they have, the colors, like these big gaudy belts and asymmetrical skirts and mini skirts, things like that. It was just like so wild to me. I really felt like I was back a decade in the past or more, shopping how I used to as a teenager. I kind of loved it. One thing I don't love though is that low-rise jeans and skirts and everything are coming back. Like, that to me is the worst style ever. I have some pictures of myself in low-rise pants and I'm like with a big belt and it's like awful. Like, why did I wear that? Fashion faux pas for real. Denim is coming back in a new way, not just distressed denim, although that's part of it. The silhouettes of the denim are way less modern. They're back to like 90s, how it used to be, with the larger buttons, that contrast stitching, frills at the bottom. Also, vests were a very big thing in the 90s, whether you wore it like without anything under it, which I don't think people did very often back then because we were all about like layering multiple shirts on top of each other, which now like vests are coming back into fashion, but you don't really wear anything under them. But like, think denim vests, pinstripe vests with like the little pop collar and buttons down the front with like a cropped, it was like a cropped crop top. So those are super cute and a really fun way to bring 90s fashion back. I love those. Within 90s fashion there's something for everyone. Whether you like the plaid and the grunge, or the preppy with the collar and the little plaid skirt, or you prefer more athleisure, you've got the track suits. Like, 90s fashion is pretty versatile and fun. And even if you don't like low rise, you can find something else, you know, to fit your style. I feel like if you're gonna lean into the 90s revival style, the best way to go about building your wardrobe is, hey, if you have stuff still from the 90s, like, great, like, rewear it. But you can also go vintage shopping, thrift shopping, places like Poshmark, Facebook Marketplace even, like people sell their clothes on there, Vestiaire Collective, and then also incorporating some new pieces that, like, Urban Outfitters is a great place to look for the 90s. Revolve seems to have a lot of stuff. They're leaning into that style. Dolls Kill is really leaning into this 90s revival trend as well with their plaid mini skirts and the sheer tops. Also check Depop because people sell some of their used clothes on there, and that's a great place to look for 90s fashion or vintage pieces that are being redone. I feel like you'll find a lot of redone athleisure on Depop. One of the things that I forgot to mention that is so totally 90s is Clueless, and if you haven't seen the movie, damn, you're missing out and you should go watch it. But I feel like whenever you think of 90s, you think of Cher and her friends from Clueless. The little plaid jacket with the plaid matching skirt, the platforms, and her like scrolling through her amazing ass closet. Like, who doesn't want a closet like that? So yeah, that's like the pinnacle of 90s fashion. I think the great thing about these styles coming back and being revived is that it leads to a more sustainable fashion future. So it's not like you have to go out and buy new things, although you can, but thrifting and exploring online for used items is such a great way to help the environment while still adding new items into your closet and your wardrobe and staying in style. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this video. This is a different style of video than I usually do, so let me know in the comments below if you liked it and what you thought of it. If you like it, I'll do something similar for the next video. Be sure to click subscribe and the thumbs up, and I'll see you in the next one.